So, and of course, Matthews, Matthews. I have to rasterize that font, turn to a picture, move it down here. And of course, since Matthews has more letters, there's going to be a little bit less room to maneuver. So I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Warp, and let's zoom in. Woo, too much. Oops, I lost my warp. Ha! But I still have that selected. Now, you will notice that like the A and the D and the W and the E might be a little too tight. Maybe before I rasterized them, I should have made sure they weren't touching. So I am going to go back a step. And then I'm going to undo rasterize type. Okay. Because if I look at the word Matthews, I should have made closer attention. I want to see, even if it's a hairline of daylight, I want to see daylight between each of the letters. So while it's still an editable font, I am going to a little bit more. Let's try 3. Let's go 4 on the spacing between the characters. There we go. Now I have air between each one of those letters. And I had to go 4 extra spaces apart to get it. Now I can rasterize it. I can either do it in the layer palette or on the layer menu. Layer, rasterize, type. Move the type here. Let's rotate it a little, shall we? Huh? A little bit of tweaky. There we go. Oh, happy day. Maybe too much tweaky. No, you're shrinking. I don't want you shrinking. There. Okay. Now, edit, transform, warp. Okay, so now I can grab this corner and say, oh, you need to be in here. And grab this corner and say, no, you need to be down here. Move that Bezier curve in. Move this Bezier curve maybe up. Pull that M from Matthews up high. At that point, there we go. Move this. Looks pretty good. Up, 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 up. Okay. And then we got to bring the S in. We got to bring out, way out. Oh, my Bezier curve's all crazy. There we go. There we go. They're getting that curve to follow her hair. Oop, too far. Bring the S back in. Okay. I'm going to scoot up, pull this corner down. Don't so much watch the corner you're pulling, watch the text. See where it lays, see where it flows. Okay. Now, is my S readable? I haven't collapsed it so much that it's not readable, have I? That's the thing. Is the gap correct? The S too close to the edge? Alright, I'm going to hit return and make that permanent. Alright, so now I have Dave Matthews, and then of course the word band is going to be huge in this. You know, it's only 4 letters. So Dave Matthews Band in her hair. We'll zoom out and see what we're getting. Oh yeah, we're very much getting that total crazy psychedelic look font. Now, after having done this, I have to ask myself, because I know the word band is going to take up this massive piece of real estate right here, Should I have started with something else besides the name of the band? Should I have put, um, you know, uh, Pepsi Concerts Presents Dave Matthews, where the Matthews would run from here to here, Dave here, and then Pepsi Presents or whatever presents Dave Matthews Band, and then dates and stuff like that. Also, too, this little braid here, that shit's going away. I'm going to, and I'll just kind of scribble it out here for you to show you what I'm going to plan on doing, is I'm going to take this hair and twirl it out. Probably going to come in, let's see, something like that, where it may cover half of this earring. This braid's not going to work. I want this hair to really swirl down. Okay, so again, this is just a basis. So you're okay with doing that. You know, this base image is fine. You can have other designs. So like, let's say the negative space around her head, there's nothing wrong with, again, you can use the pen tool just like you would of an Illustrator. I'm going to make a new blank background. And then just, let me turn my caps off, and just do a, let's say I do a Bezier curve out here. Hold my Option key to get rid of that lead arm. Okay, now I got this path, and then I can go to my path palette and say, make that a selection, sure, and I'm gonna paint bucket some lime green in there, paint bucket tool. What's the dealio here? Oh, I forgot. She's she's filled with white. Let me well, anyway, that's filled, so hang on. Let me on her layer. Where's she at? There she is. Select color range, just the white. Yeah, that'll work. Delete. Okay, so there's no white in her anymore. But anyway, I can have, I can make these ribbons of color. If I hide her, there's the Illustrator path I just made on this one, and I can do another one. I can start from the same spot. I'll get my pen tool. I'll start here. Make sure I'm on the right layer. I'll start here, and I'll come up, and I'll make a Bezier curve here. Come up. Make a Bezier curve. I'll go out here. Come back down here. Make another Bezier curve. It kind of touches that one a little. Let's keep going. Come on. There we go. That's good enough. Path. Turn into a selection, and I'll do a little paint bucket. What's another? Let's do an orange. A little oranger than that. There we go. Or actually, let's do a purple, because that'll be a triadic. And I'll just paint bucket some purple. Oh, yeah. Turn her back on. Okay. And now you begin to see, you can begin to make these crazy patterns. So you type the letters. What I would do if you're going to use like a pre-existing illustration like this head or something like that, I would either print it out or whatever and kind of lightly sketch on top of it like where you want the text. Freehand it first. Because, like I've said, now I'm looking at this. Yeah, it looks great. It looks real, whatever. But it's... I need to position it further down so the word Matthews is in this large-ass piece of real estate here in her hair. And then more information can be outside the face, and we can just leave the face a tone, whatever. This is just what's the phrase I'm looking for? A base or a foundation image. You don't have to be a slave to it. If you want to make a series of stripes or something like that, you can simply, if you don't want to use the pen tool one thing at a time, I'll just hide everybody. And let's say you wanted to start with a good basis of something. Well, you could technically just use your shape tool, your shape making tool. Let's do, a series of, let's just do a rectangle. Okay, I'm just going to do a rectangle right there, and it's purple. Great. Now I can rotate this rectangle, and I can run it off. Okay, and then I could duplicate this rectangle. Let's say I'm just holding down the Option key, and let's say this rectangle is, we'll keep them all purple. I'm going to hold down the Option key, see how the double arrow comes up, and I'm going to scoot one up, scoot one up, scoot one up, and you can see in my layers palette I keep getting layer whatever, copy, 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 copy. Okay, again I'm just holding my Option key. Alright, so you made a whole bunch of purple stripes. Great, wonderful. Now if I go down here and I make a new blank layer below all those purple stripes, and I say, oh, I want to take my paint bucket and put some green in there. Hey, look at there. Stripes. Okay? So it doesn't have to be complicated. You just have to build it in layers. I could actually select all of these layer copies at the same time. Get my Move tool. Hold my Option key down and... oh, it just gave me one. Well, shit. Oh, I know what I got to do. I got to link them. Select them all by holding the Shift key. Get that little drop down menu and say link these layers. Then I'll get the little chain link. Then, hey, we got a whole family. Look at that. I need to scoot them down. You gonna go down? How about you guys? You going down? There we go. Everybody in there? Everybody good? Okay. So you can do something like that. You can make one shape and repeat it, just like in Illustrator, to make rhythms or whatever. But the main thing is, let me turn all these guys off. Boy, it's a lot of stripes. Down to 2. Alright, turn that off. So you can see here, again, the positioning of the text. Again, you type it, you rasterize it, then you go to Edit, Transform, Warp, and then you can create your psychedelic lettering. Okay? It is good if you look at some of these examples. again, of psychedelic poster art. Some of them are very encased and kind of enslaved inside of certain shapes. From England, The Who, Loading Zone, The Fillmore, and you'll notice this one for The Who is 99% illustration, very little text. But then if you look at something like this one, opening of the Fillmore Summer Series, Jefferson Airplane, the hand, the border, the hair, all left empty. So things were very kept within a certain area. Let's see here. This one especially, this is one of the best examples ever. And you'll notice here, like, the smaller text, the larger text, the smaller text. There's this back and forth of hierarchy. The Yardbirds, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday only. The Doors, Friday, Saturday, Sunday only. Plus all week, James Cotton Blues Band, Richie Havens, July 25th, 30th, the Fillmore, and the rest is illustration. But you see how they dip the word doors down into her eyebrows, the peacock feathers. It even just kind of almost disappears into this piece here. So you could then take some liberties with some of this type. This one, Moby Grape, with the Chambers Brothers and the... see, this is a little hard to read. I can't tell what that is. March 25th, 25th. Winterland Arena. Okay, the Fillmore Auditorium. So again, legibility is important. Now, images, you'll notice a lot of them using, old Art Nouveau. But again, some still using photographs of the act. This kind of fish-eyed lens thing. Okay, now, color. Lots of clash in color. You'll see things like complementary colors, and you'll see triadics, orange, green, purple, primaries. Sometimes it'll be pink and blue. Some things will be made negatives of. So how would you do that? Let's say if you found a picture of an artist, who am I taking to the 60s? I said Dave Matthews, so I'll do Dave Matthews Band. I'm going to find a photo